watch Pat CC because I've seen a lot of things, on the internet the past couple weeks since Carti dropped. Is Carti actually good? Now, he made everybody wait 5 years for an album, and I decided to go ahead and post. I want people to comment. If whoever's in here, comment away. Whose 5 year wait was better? Was it Carti's or was it Travis Scott? Because in my eyes, Travis Scott, he made the better complete album after 5 years. Like, his album was amazing first listen. It was amazing, did numbers like crazy. He's like one of the best of this decade when it comes to numbers. Maybe all time, I'm not sure. He did like 500K. So, let me know what you guys think. Is Carti's album better after 5 years? Or is it Travis Scott's? My opinion is Travis Scott. But I've seen this today. Let's talk about Playboi Carti. Because, there's a lot of there's a lot of Playboi Carti dick suckers. But is he actually good? He does have some good songs, yes. But is the album a whole good? And are they blinded by the years and the aura farming that he's been doing for the past 2 years when it comes to this album, right? Not gonna lie. Never Lie. Evil Jordan. Um, Hood by Air. 2024, which is on the deluxe. Backrooms. I like all those songs. All the other ones, I don't know. So let's just give this a listen.
Half of you
Let's see what Pat has to say, because I respect Pat and his music tastes and his opinions. So let's give this a listen, shall we?
watching absolutely hate Playboi Carti and can't understand why he deserves.
Oh my god, it's doing this shit again, bro. Hold on. It's doubling. Hold on. Let me fix this. Display. Setting. Apply. Camera. Settings. Why is it doing that? I guess we'll just do this. That's fine. We'll just do that. I don't know how to fix that low key, so we're going to do it like that. Come on.
Deserves any of the hype surrounding his new album, I Am Music. The other half of you watching love him and are going to verbally attack me in the comments for even the slightest bit of criticism. I've seen so much pushback on anyone criticizing this album, with the majority of them saying, chill out, this album isn't for you, Unk. Which, if you're gonna call me Unk, you—
Oh yeah, we're 17 followers away from hitting 900. So like this shit up. Follow me. I'm live every day. Head over to the Twitch. I'm live every day, 365, 4 to 5 hours a day. Except yesterday, I was feeling like shit yesterday. But like that shit up. Follow up. Let's get it.
You better put 2 C's on the end of it. Now, to be fair,
God damn.
if you came into this album trying to dissect the lyrics and look for a deeper meaning or
Not
theme
there.
or
Not
a
there.
cohesive album experience, there is something wrong with you. Obviously, Carti is just making music to chill and vibe to. Now,
that is true. I feel like what Carti does best is he makes music for concerts. Concert music, he's the GOAT at. I ain't gonna lie. Him and Travis can make fire concert musics. But are they good enough to listen to and be in rotation in the playlist?
Now, this video is not your typical
I don't know.
music review, but rather analyzing I Am Music and Carti's impact and influence on hip-hop as a whole. Because whether you like him or not, you cannot argue against this man being one of the biggest artists in hip-hop right now. I feel the same way about I Am Music as I did initially after listening to Whole Lotta Red. It's bloated, it's repetitive, and I will likely only listen to a handful of songs again and in the foreseeable future.
That is true. Oh, do you guys like it when he just repeats the song title, like the whole fucking song, or do you like it when he actually starts singing and rapping? Because that's one thing about Whole Lotta Red that it took me forever to like about, was like, it was just repetitive as hell. Like, Rockstar Made is like one of my favorites. New Neon, Vamp Anthem. Sky, obviously, I Love You, I Hate You. But like a lot of them are just like repetitive as hell. Like the Kid Cudi one, Stop Breathing, Go to the Moon with Kanye kind of sucked. I don't
As a
know.
body of work,
I don't
Whole Lotta
know.
Red was way more impressive. The rage sound, the vampire theme, and the short, punchy
It definitely
tracks
was
that were
better though.
clearly designed for an intense concert experience made for a really solid album. However, it took time for me and most other people to recognize the value of this album.
Years, like
Everyone
2 or 3
said that Whole Lotta
years.
Red was going to age well and it's going to take time to understand Carti's vision, and they were completely right. Whole
Yep.
Lotta Red literally changed the underground rap scene forever. There is an extremely strong argument to be made that this
That's another thing. I feel like underground is not a real thing anymore. I kind of want to talk about that later. Because like underground now is like it's not like how it used to be back in the SoundCloud era. Like it's just not the same as what it used to be.
This album single-handedly opened up a lane for an entire new genre of rap, and that dozens of artists and producers would not even have a career if it wasn't for this album. So you can
True.
imagine for Carti,
True.
that is a ton of pressure to live up to.
Definitely
it's
a
impossible to
print.
know the long-lasting impact that I Am Music will have on his fans and hip-hop as a whole, but I do feel pretty confident in saying that it won't be nearly as influential as Whole Lotta Red.
Hell
And that's
no.
because I Am Music sounds like a standard Future album. The track Jumpin'
Mm.
literally sounds one-to-one like Future. I had to pause the track and check the credits to make sure that it wasn't him. And I find that most of
He's
the
in a
songs
lot.
that I enjoy on this project just sound like Future. And you guys
Yep.
know that I love Future, so this isn't a diss. It's actually a compliment to my
Oh,
glorious king.
look how beautiful he looks.
Invadius, I don't know what his last name is. Shit.
Damn,
El
Pat.
Fan. But the beats, the cadence, the flow, the song structure of I Am Music.
Am I the only one too? When he dropped All Red, is that what that song called? All Red. We stay with that song? I thought Future was doing the hook. I didn't know that was Carti the entire song. I thought Future was on that song. So the fact that he sounds like Future is like kind of mind blowing to me, honestly. That was something that I learned recently. Like, what the hell? I thought Future was always on that song.
None of it really sounds like anything new in the grand scheme of hip-hop, which is fine. Not every album needs to be this dramatic cultural shifting moment. The project is going to be a solid one to stream in the background, put on in the car, and play at parties. But with that being said, it does feel a little underwhelming considering the pretentious title of the album.
Yeah.
I Am Music. I already know there's going to be one of you in the comments like, technically the album is called Music, not I Am Music. Dude, for years he promoted this album as the title being I Am Music. And the album cover says I Am Music.
I am the music.
He's trying to send a specific message. Shut your mouth. On one hand,
what
this
the hell?
title would make us think that he would develop this extremely innovative approach to the genre and establish himself as the artist who will single-handedly shift the culture, only to maybe fall short of that. On the other hand, the name could be perceived as the ultimate flex of saying, I don't even have to try that hard. I can put out 30 random songs from my archive and still have more hype and more sales.
That is true. That is true.
I think the album name is kind of ridiculous and punches under its weight, which is one of the many reasons why tons of fans think that the album doesn't actually deserve the hype. And the word deserve is interesting. Technically,
I love seeing all the memes of like the Carti fans. Who all in here is a Carti fan? And what do you guys think about I Am Music?
From
or music, I should say.
Musical standpoint, I don't think this album was worth waiting over 4 years for. Then again, I love how much hype it has. On the night of the release, I stayed up on Twitch, and so did hundreds of thousands of fans. It was exciting. So you have Dante with his 11,000 viewers. You have Playboi Max with
and
70.
Don't forget, this was at like
viewers.
This was at like 5 a.m., 4 a.m.
Academics right there with
what time was it?
38,000 viewers. You have Azias and Bilu on YouTube right now with like 20 or 30K. You have Kai Cenat with 140K viewers, bro. What are you doing? Now, I was pretty upset when he didn't drop at midnight.
A story where he was on FaceTime with Demon.
And then I was extremely fed up when he didn't drop after delaying the album another 3 hours. Ain't no way he just honey dicked us. Bro, I swear, if he postpones it, I'm not listening. Future would never do this to us. He would drop an album exactly on time, right when we expected it, and then he would drop another album like 3 months later. It's not on other platforms, not on Apple, not on YouTube. Who thinks that this is aura farming or this is cool, bro? This shit is lame. After the second delay, I decided to go to sleep, and he didn't end up dropping the album for another 6 hours, so I definitely made the right decision.
Not until 9?
Regardless, the hype was an amazing feeling. There are like 4 albums that come to mind in the past 5 years that have had this much hype, with
Utopia
Red being one of them. Also Donda and CLB, and maybe Utopia.
Also,
anything regarding the Kendrick and Drake back and forth. Now,
True.
obviously, I'm not talking to the die-hard music fans that watch this channel.
That was a crazy time too. When CLB and Donda dropped at the same time. What album was better? CLB or Donda? CLB has... You already know how CLB is, bro. CLB a classic, boy.
There are tons of
that shit's so good. That shit is so good.
Stayed up for and were extremely excited about. But I'm talking about when the hype reaches the average music listener, the person who is a music fan, but you know they're not a music fan like we're music fans. You know?
Yeah.
What I mean? Like, they're a music fan, but it's not a critical facet of their personality. When they participate in the hype, we have this vast community experience where hip-hop fans come together in unison just to check out an album at midnight, even if their intention is to just...
Hey, shout out F11 too. I ain't gonna lie. If you haven't seen them on YouTube, go give them a follow and check out their stuff. I like reacting to their shit. Or not reacting, but I just like watching their shit. Like, they're one of the reaction channels I watch. So, shout out them.
Listen and tweet mid. But this all-encompassing effort from hip-hop fans is what makes the genre so dominant. I just found out the other day that a rock song hasn't went #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 since 2001. Coming up on 25 years.
That's crazy.
A rock song hasn't hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, and it was Nickelback. Now, I don't think
Nickelback, man,
#1 single on the Hot 100 from I Am Music. I mean, Fiend peaked at #5, and nothing on this album comes close to that.
Hell no.
The point is that clearly other genres don't have the hype. They don't quite have the same community, and they don't have the team effort from...
Which is kind of sad, dude, because if you look back at like the early 2000s, 90s, like all the shit that I grew up with my dad, like, that music is so good. So the fact that, like, nobody is carrying that legacy of what used to be is kind of sad, not gonna lie. It sucks.
Fans and pop culture that uplifts their genre, which is actually upsetting.
Yeah.
As a music fan, I wish there were more artists, whether that be in hip-hop or other genres, that could make the average listener excited about their newest release and essentially get everyone online to stay up at midnight just to listen to their new song or their new project.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why they don't have the same amount of hype and how they would go about changing that is a deeper conversation for a different day, but I think Carti's impact...
I would love to see him make a video on that.
Hip-hop and pop culture is a net positive. Fans feel more excited and more lively at shows. They are
Dabo.
A little toxic. Look, they're a little toxic, but hey, it happens.
Who has the most toxic fan base when it comes to hip-hop? Let me know.
But he has cultivated a community that has directly allowed tons of upcoming artists to thrive. So while I am saying that Whole Lotta Red is better and more innovative objectively, personally, I will likely listen to I Am Music more. And while I do technically agree that this album, as well as Carti's presence in hip-hop, is all just sort of overhyped.
Overhyped. Way too overhyped.
And I agree with it. And I hope that more artists can be overhyped because it's just more fun. Also, the recording studio that I am building has made an insane amount of progress.
Oh, shit.
All of the framing done, the insulation is in, and I
think
by the end
fire.
of this week, I'll have all the walls actually built. My next video is going to be another update video, so please, please, please subscribe and turn on the notifications. They're very important. My upload schedule is a little scuffed right now, and I'm sorry, but the notifications will solve that problem. Love you guys. Drink water.
Yes, sir, bro. That was a good-ass video. I think I agree with, like, everything he was saying. And I did not know he was building a studio. I might have to go check that out. Maybe I'll, He spent $1.5 million? 1.5 million? Boy, I'm about to watch that all